Get rich, bet trying. Football season's here. Football is on. Colorado's ahead of North Dakota State 7-3. Hey, make sure you get your bets. Go to our website and our affiliate link. And hey, shout out to Bet Stamping where you can place your bets, man. So football season here. Fantasy. I know a lot of people's doing their fantasy pools. I had mine last week. Um, hey, just get your bets in, man. Now, without further ado, Ryan D'Souza, and I gotta say Dan K with the WNBA.
Oh yeah,
Dead K, WNBA guy.
yeah.
Take it away, fellas. What you got for us tonight, man, with
Well,
the
well,
WNBA? The W. Go ahead, Ryan.
well. Let's start off by saying that we have three teams that's already clinched the playoffs. We have New York Liberty clinched the playoff spot. They're number one in the standings right now. We have Minnesota, my team, to win it all. They're number two, and we have the Connecticut Suns they clinched as well. So yeah, so even with the loss to Indiana last night, kudos to Indiana. They're coming, doing a good job. Everybody looks like they know their roles with the Fever, so that's good. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Caitlin's the head of the snake. She's getting everybody involved. Everybody knows their role. They're rebounding. They're catching the ball all of a sudden, right? So yeah, so we got that going. So Indiana's looking good. They're in the seventh spot right now. They're only a half a game behind Phoenix, behind the Mercury. So that's good. So they can even move up further. Um, so we'll see what's going on. We got Chicago. Chicago's struggling a little bit. I know we mentioned it before with them trading Mabry. I knew they were going
Yes.
to take a slide in the standings. They just don't have the scoring. And last night they didn't have Kennedy Carter, so they have no perimeter scoring. So and then you're asking two rookies to be offensive players when they're really not offensive players. They got drafted in the league to be defensive players, rebounders who can score down low, but they're not somebody you can just dump it down to and say, "Hey, go get me a bucket." That's not their game.
Mm.
And they can. I believe Angel Reese and Camilla can develop into that, but right now that's why they're struggling. They just don't have the offensive output right now from the guard spot without having Mabry anymore, and with Candy Carter, not playing last night. And I don't know if you guys watched the Suns Aces
Great game.
game, where
Great
that
game
was
Yes.
a
last
that
night.
was a fantastic game, man. Oh my
Great
gosh,
game
like
last night.
Candy Carter hit like a awesome three to tie the game up, and then the MVP, the reigning Finals MVP and the MVP for the season, Asia Wilson, man. Beautiful play design by Coach. Went over the top, dumped it in, bucket
Yeah.
at the buzzer. So yeah, so yeah, we got Atlanta making a move. So it looks
Atlanta
like
Dream.
Chicago's gonna be the team that's gonna that yeah
Outside
that's gonna
looking in.
miss out on the playoffs. That's what it's looking like. They just don't have
Eh,
the firepower. They're in right now. The Dream's only a game behind them, and the Dream's playing some good ball.
You think
So
you think that
I
Mabry
believe they
trade?
lost last night though, but yeah.
You think that
Oh
Mabry
well,
trade was a good?
yeah, that trade to me basically told me, all right, they got some assets back. They knew they weren't going to do anything in the playoffs, even if they made it. So, and there was some rumblings, with Mabry being unhappy. The team was too young. They're going with the youth movement. Um, and they got some pieces for some assets. And Connecticut needed a player like Mabry to,
Right.
who can score the ball, and because sometimes, like I said, the Connecticut Suns they can struggle at times offensively. So I love what they did there. But what that said to me with Chicago was, okay, let's kind of, we'll still see if we can make the playoffs, but this is for the future. This is for the future. And if we don't make it, so be it. But it would suck to not have Carmella and Angel in the playoffs. That would be kind of nice to have the Fever and the Sky in there. But I don't think they're gonna make it. They just don't have the firepower.
Yeah, they don't have enough. They don't have
I
enough.
feel like they overachieved, and
Yeah.
that was a soft reset. It was like, yeah, look, y'all doing cool, but we don't know where this is going to end. And we don't know where this is going to lead to. So let's just clip it now and get ready for next year.
So Ryan, for all the let me ask you this question, Ryan, while we're on the Sky. For all the Angel Reese detractors that say, what can she do to develop her game? To develop her game, in your opinion?
Oh, okay. So coming into the draft, right? Her strength was her rebounding, her tenacity, and we seen that on full tilt. She's the leading, she's up there in the leading league in rebounding. I think she's number 2 behind Asia, but she leads the league in offensive rebounding. So, and I know she misses a lot of layups and she gets them back, but hey, a lot of people misses a lot of layups and they don't get those rebounds. So that's a skill. So she came in as a somewhat, I don't want to call her a project. Offensively, they knew that she would struggle because she didn't have a mid-range game. She's working on it a little bit. She doesn't have a soft touch around the basket. She's a little, mechanical down low. She's not smooth with it. So she's gonna have to develop a back to the game. Back to the basket, with her back to to the basket. Yeah, back to the basket. Develop a little turnaround hook shot with the left, with the right, and that's why she went number 7, because a lot of people thought she wasn't going to translate to the game, translate to the WNBA. They thought they would struggle because of the physicality. Yeah, that's why she fell in the draft to 7. So because a lot of people thought that her game wouldn't translate in the WNBA, because they thought that with the WNBA being so physical and that's her game, they didn't anticipate a rookie competing on the physical level as Angel has. She's been phenomenal on the boards, guys. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want. We all know she's not.
Absolutely.
She's not. She's not an offensive player yet, but she's scoring on just pure hustle and drive. She's not. She gets her putbacks. She's developing the mid-range game. I see her working on that. But she's only a rookie, man. So I think she's going to develop that mid-range game and that post-up game, get a little smooth with it. As far as Camilla has offensive moves, but she's another one who's kind of robotic with it. You know what I'm saying? So they have to work on their finesse game as well. It just can't be all physical all the time.
They got 2 players that need somebody. They got 2 players that need somebody to get them the ball. Yeah, so until they get that,
correct.
there's nothing wrong with being a post player. There's nothing wrong with being a post player. There's nothing wrong.
It's a fact.
Right. They will both develop in the summer. You go one move a summer. It may be a left hand hook shot or whatever the heck it is. Just get it. All right, just get it this summer.
Yeah.
If you can score 6
one
points
move
with it
a summer
year,
is crazy.
Yeah.
These are professionals. One move?
Yeah, I mean one move that you're comfortable with using. Yeah.
I feel that.
Maybe 2.
You definitely got
Yeah,
to find a spot on the floor. I mean, that's just
there was literally only 2 to 3 centers in the NBA that really had ridiculous kinds of moves, and that was Olajuwon, Mikhail as a big, and probably Joker, who had multiple moves and multiple counters. Everybody else is just, if you're playing the post, it's just a drop step or a turn to the shoulder.
Now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm in comparison.
I think her coming in from her coming in from LSU, right? And it goes back to my thing with any athletes in college. Your college coach is not there to make you a pro athlete. They're there to win in college.
Correct.
So if at LSU, if they never taught her to make any post moves and they still win a national championship, guess what?
Oh well.
Job well done.
Yeah.
Oh well, man. Hey,
Yeah, because they're loaded. They're loaded. So they're going to take the strength of every player. What's Angel's strength? On the boards, getting offensive rebounds. That's her strength. And they're going to capitalize on this strength, and they're going to get other people to do other things. It's the same thing with Camilla in South Carolina. They're loaded. They have other players that can score the ball, but what she's going to do is she's going to get it from time to time on the block. She's going to turn and do the one move, or she's going to get the putbacks and score on the offensive rebounds. So that's a good point.
Angel just kill me because like sometimes it don't even look like she tried. It's like she catch it and it's like, girl, like come on.
You don't like wait. You don't
reset.
Yeah, you don't think she tries?
Sometimes. Sometimes I feel like she just throw that shit right back up there.
Yeah.
That's what it feel like sometimes. It's like, damn, just
like
reset, back out, repost, something. Like, slow down. Like, why are you just throwing it back up there? That's all I mean. I don't think she not try like she don't try.
Okay, I don't think.
I mean, she just got to develop. She's got to regroup and get her game together. I think I understand what Mike is saying. Mike,
when I say not try, I mean like it don't look like she thinking about it. It's like
it's just like she just goes right back up. Yeah.
Like regroup.
She's playing on instinct. She's playing on bare instinct.
Correct.
She's not comfortable.
Fast.
So she's getting the ball. Yeah.
She's going too fast. If she would slow it down, she'll be much better. I guarantee.
We'll call her
sometimes she don't even look. She catch that.
We'll call her basic instinct.
I need to get Dan in here on this. Dan, your thoughts, please.
Yes, toxic one.
Basic instinct.
I could say is, watching the games coming out of the break, Indiana is on a roll. They're 4-1. They beat Connecticut, who's the third team in the league. And I think the only team that they haven't beat was Vegas, but they still have an opportunity to play them, I think, one more time this year. And, they're finally getting the chemistry together. Mitchell's, like she said in the post-game conference, she's learning how to play off Caitlin. So now they're playing within the system. They know where everybody's going to go if the play's not there. Case in point, Aaliyah Boston had 8 assists the other night, and she was just feeding people left and right on cuts. Lexi Hall. I mean, I know that they sat Samuelson because I think they said she was sick the last couple games, but Hall needs to be in there starting the rest of the way. That girl plays hard on the offense, plays hard on the defense. She's starting to figure out how to catch the pass and put a layup in. So their future, they're going in the right direction. And, they can add a piece or add somebody in the offseason. Like a couple of them, like I think it was I haven't seen Berger play since the break. She's been a fixture on the bench, so I don't know. So I don't know what the deal is. I mean, granted, the other girls are stepping up, and she was struggling before the break. But my whole thing is like with Chicago, that is the most dysfunctional team in the league by far. And that is the roots of, you can say they don't have outside scoring, whatever. It's more than that. Because it might have been the Vegas game, the post-game presser, that Cardoza and I think, was it Allen, the point guard? They were the two up on the podium. And the reporter asked a question, and you can hear them screaming at each other in the locker room.
I did hear that.
After the game, and the coach didn't come out until later because I believe she probably had to deal with all that bullshit. But I think that's why Mayberry got out of town. She didn't want to deal with that, and that's a lot of the problem is because even the other night, the point guards, they had the camera up close on the sideline when they broke the huddle, and the point guard's telling him like, "Look, we're going to Cardoza, like pointing like you're going to go down the block. You need to get out and give her space." And like you could just see, she just kind of looked back at the coach like, "What are we doing?" It's like just simple things like that. Who's she? Oh, you know, Reese's Pieces.
Okay,
Reese's
so
Pieces.
Yes, okay. So you have a problem with Reese?
No, I'm just saying that's the dysfunctionality that like they're trying to do things, but they're not on the same page. And like to Mike's point, some of these shots that she puts up, like it's like she's playing horse, like trying to make a difficult shot and like just throwing it up. And a lot of that I probably attribute to, if they would have never said she was going to be in the running for the Rookie of the Year, I think she would have developed so much faster. I just think that's in her head.
That's a good point.
I just think her game is not there yet.
No, it's because that's all the talk is. That's all the talk is.
It is a good point. Because like a lot of the time you hear like they'll say something about Caitlin and then she gets thrown in and then she chimes in with her 2 cents. And it's like I feel like everybody need blinders in this situation. Like even Caitlin with certain shit. Like, don't respond. Just hoop. You feel me? So I feel like
I haven't been watching as closely as you might and anybody, so you got to forgive me. But I thought I hadn't heard anything from her since before the Olympics. But if she's still talking, then I got you. But
I mean,
I'm thinking that she's just not that.
Oh yeah, well they're not just watching because of her. Like even that was too much. For what? What are we doing? What are we doing?
But that was her then.
I mean that happened 2 months ago.
Still the same season. They like the season changed. It's the same now.
No, I got you.
It's continuing. Like just hoop. Just hoop.
I got you.
To Mikey's point though, what rookie in any sport is coming out with a podcast?
Oh,
come on, stop.
I'm just saying. That's an hour in the gym. That's an hour in the gym working to get better.
Now we're nitpicking.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying. Think about it.
Listen,
guys.
There's other things that just because she's doing a podcast, okay, all right, doesn't mean she's not in the gym. All right, she could be doing something else other than doing a podcast. Who's in the gym 24 hours? Let's just cut that nonsense right now. That people are in the gym 24/7. Nobody's doing that. No, he's not even him. Not even him. God rest his soul. Not even him. She can't take an hour or two out of her day and do a podcast. Come on, what was I mean?
But just
think about
it. Everybody says she's a gym rat.
What person or what rookie in any sport? I'm just asking. Is there any?
Dude, I'm sure Caleb will have one. I'm sure you
will. A rookie that has a following that's trying to that's trying to monetize and get more money because they're underpaid. So I don't blame her for that. That could be just a hobby for her or whatever or what have you.
I just blame her for not kicking the ball
she
out
has a
and
podcast?
resetting and taking some of them.
Yeah, I don't think she knows, Mike. I'm with you on Mike. I'm on that with you, Mike. I just don't think she's comfortable doing it because she didn't have to do it in college, right?
But that's the point of developing and adjusting and making it to the next level.
It's not
like you're doing good with the nut shit. Now imagine if you cut it down and take 3 less of them shots and pass it to one more person.
We just have to. I think, and I'm with you, Mike. I agree 100%. I just think it's going to take the summer. It ain't going to do it. It ain't going to happen now. It's almost like they say with AAU. You don't have. It's hard to get better in between games.
I hate AAU.
You just playing games. I'm just saying. But when you're playing games all the time, it's no practice time to get better. When I mean practice time, I mean it takes you months, to get a move down to where you can learn it. But if you may not be comfortable doing it into another point in time, you can learn it.
Right.
But you don't want to do that drop step dunk and miss the dunk. Right. So Dorian wouldn't do that till he could I say don't try that shit until you sure you can dunk that shit every time. But the first time we get in the game against United Faith and you break your back on that rim, I'm leaving and I'm taking your car keys. You're gonna walk home.
Shout out to the super producer DJ. Ryan, let me ask you this, and we must go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, and like, look, what you guys say, you guys make good points. I'm not gonna say you're nobody's wrong or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, with her game and the way she rebounds, that's a part of her skill. Okay, even if she's basically putting it back up fast so she can get the offensive rebound and put it back up again. That's what she does.
And get the offensive rebound and put it back up again.
She just has to
Yes. I mean, dude, she's
slow down.
She's leading the league by like 50 offensive rebounds.
Look how much more she can have. Look how much more she can have if she just stopped that podcast.
You ever play taps growing up, and it's that one dude that just keep throwing it up the backboard because the rest of y'all can't get it. That's what the hell she be doing, and she got to stop. Just
she got to stop that podcast and get in that gym. That's what she got to do.
My only complaint.
You guys are like offensive rebounds are part of the game.
Yo, Ryan, man, I have a problem with Micah Parsons, all right? His podcast. I need you guys to do your job. Your job is to play ball. Do that job first. Perfect that. Then you can move on. That's all I'm saying.
Is he not? I think so. Come on, man. Having a podcast don't mean you can't. Doesn't mean you can't do your job, guys.
Yo, that 1 hour, she could have been backing her back to the basket, like you just said.
Come on, wait a minute. No. We all have jobs, right? This is not our main job. So what's the difference?
Right. He's joking, man.
Exactly.
He's not.
I'm not joking about her. I'm not joking about her missing and putting it back up. I don't give a damn about the podcast. I don't like her missing on purpose. Dan is seriously
pissed about this podcast.
That goddamn podcast got to stop, bro.
She makes me mad.
She's not missing on purpose.
Oh, she is.
Oh my God, you think she's really missing on purpose?
She be smiling like
she's missing on purpose.
She just looks awkward trying to make it, so it looks like
that's all. That's all. Nah, I'm joking.
She's not missing on purpose.
Her little mid-range jump shot is ugly, but she's working on it.
I'm going to ask.
She did hit like 2 threes this year, right?
She's working on it.
I'm working
on that little ugly jumper.
I got love for Reese.
I'm gonna ask this question, and we must move on to preview the NFL. We'll probably just do the AFC today, and then we'll do the NFC next week. For time's sake, I'll go around the podium. I'm gonna start with Ryan. Ryan, who's the WNBA Rookie of the Year right now? If you had a vote right now, well, hold on, D.
No, it's Caitlin.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
It's Caitlin Clark.
Wow, and I'm gonna go against Ryan. I actually think rebounds is the Rookie of the Year. Okay. I'm going with rebounds.
Yo, shut his mic off, man. He's smoking.
I'm going with rebounds.
Why not? D-Dubs, what you got?
Yo, man, it's Caitlin Clark all day, twice on Sunday. Yo, she's been balling out, man. So, I mean, yo, listen. It is what it is.
They both been balling.
Yeah, but, both been balling. And listen, man, when I just say one, I'm not picking, I'm not saying that she's better than it. I'm just saying this year, she's balling out. She's done a good job. They both play well, but if you had to pick one, it would be Caitlin Clark. That's it.
DA, who you got?
Right now, it'd be Caitlin Clark. I mean, she's playing better right now. Okay. Coming out of the Olympic break, she had her legs back. Her team is working better. She's working better with her team, and she looks better on the court. Everybody else, every other rookie, they don't have the team that she has.
They don't have the team, and they don't have the eyes that she. I mean, she is. I mean, along with the score, I mean, the passing, the assists, she's doing a lot of good things. So shout out to her.
Go ahead. And to piggyback on DA's part, where he says that like Angel and Camilla they need somebody to get them the ball. Well, with Caitlin, she plays the point guard spot, so she controls everything. Like her usage is ridiculous.
Yeah,
but that's kudos to her because.
Yes.
But that's kudos to her because with that usage, you have to do something with that usage, and she's definitely doing something with the usage. She's getting everybody involved. They So and the only thing is she's shooting a bad percentage from three, which I thought it would have been a lot better. But when she starts hitting that three, it's going to be even deadlier.
The one thing you have to worry about, though. The one thing you have to worry about with that usage is that any team that has a guy with that much usage, you can fall into that Luka Doncic shit where you rely on it too much. You either make the pass or make the shot. And at some point in time, there's going to be a defensive strategy at some point in time for that because the other team gets paid too. So whether you believe it or not, today, as of a point, the other team gets paid too. And they're going to have their own strategy to stop that, whether it's taking the ball out of their hands, whether it's pressing all the way up, whether it's getting physical, whatever it is, there will be a defense that's put in place to stop that because teams are just not going into Indiana to get their ass beat. Yeah, we're here to get our ass beat. That's not going to happen.
I will say this, DA, with the comparison with Luka. Caitlin plays fast, so she's not Luka that plays very slow. Caitlin's trying to look for the pass early. She's getting everybody involved early, so it's a different dynamic where it's Luka dribbling the ball and waiting to the last second of the shot clock to pass you the ball. Nah, everybody's kind of empowered
it's still ball in hand, right?
It's usage, but it's a different usage though. Her ball in hand.
So what happens is this:
she's getting the ball out quick.
This is what happens though, right? So when you have a person that does that, she's a hell of a player. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is, you take away something that the usage does. So if she gets the ball out quick, you make her keep the ball, right? If she doesn't want to do this, then you make her do that. What I'm saying is, this as she gets, this is why professional athletes work and try to work in the summertime, because there are defensive people on the other teams that are fucking the whole summer devising a way to bust that ass. That's what they're supposed to be doing, folks. That's what they're supposed to be doing. So, with that being said, Rookie of the Year, yes. When they first started the conversation, it was a tie. It was, a pickle. But now she's pulled away. That's all. At least in the eyes of most folks. So I got no problem with Caitlin getting this. She deserves it.
And one of the biggest reasons is because the sky, and one of the biggest reasons why she's pulling away because the Sky is taking a nosedive. They're losing games, whereas Indiana is winning games. Exactly. The only game they lost was to Minnesota, and Minnesota is probably playing some of the best ball, best ball right now. I think they have the longest win streak. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Ryan, if the Liberty meets up with Minnesota, you think that's going to be championship?
I like Minnesota, man. Minnesota already beat them in the Commissioner's Cup.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
I hate that, but it's So I like Minnesota.
Because the only reason I say that because New York was supposed to be the team the last 2 years, and of course they lost to the Aces last year. So I was trying to see again when they're going to get their footing back, and they're playing well. But if Minnesota is the kryptonite, they're going to have a problem.
Yeah, and they lost last night to the Sparks, but they didn't have Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones didn't play their center, so that's so.
Oh, she been hooping this year.
You kind of throw it out the window. Listen, New York's going to be there. I think it's going to be New York and Minnesota in the finals. I don't think the Aces are good. I think whoever plays, whether it's New York or Minnesota, if they play the Aces, I think both those teams are going to beat the Aces. The Aces are relying too much on Asia, and the guards have been very inconsistent. Chelsea Gray's been inconsistent. Jackie Young's been inconsistent. Kelsey Plum's been, been all right, but they normally outplay your guards every game, and then you have Asia just doing everything, all being all world. So, but the guards, they're having a down year. They're having a down year to their standard.
Correct. Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't get a chance to ask Dan, who's your choice for the WNBA Rookie of the Year?
I just think this.
Come on, man, we gotta ask Dan that.
Yeah, you know the answer, but it's silly to me, like watching the 4-letter networks, like talk about this shit before the Olympic break.
I told you I stopped watching that, but go ahead.
No, but like I said, you got to do your research when you can't see all the games. You got to watch the pressers and see what they talk about after games and whatnot.
Yeah,
and some of that's the most funny shit that you'll ever see.
100%.
Like that, and so like when they had this conversation earlier, it was like, well, this person should be the Rookie of the Year because their team's winning more. And you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I can kind of get that. But that still doesn't take away what that individual is doing.
Right.
And it's an individual award, not a team award. So what Reese was doing with all those rebounds, yeah, like even if they have a shitty record, if she's still doing that, I mean, that says probably more to it than if she was on a good team. And Caitlin took a team that, was last in the league and has them almost 500 a year later. So, it's like.
No, they weren't last, though.
Well, they were damn near.
They weren't last. They just won the lottery. They weren't last.
Yeah.
They won the lottery.
They won 7 games.
They were the 9th seed. So there was 3 other teams that was worse than them. They just won the lottery and got Caitlin.
They won 7 games.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Out of 40. But that's the thing, I just think it's just silly how they determine who the rookie is. Just look at what they're doing and how they're performing. And, some stats, they are what they are because of where they play. They're two different types of players.
I still think your Rookie of the Year has to have something to do with, especially in a team sport, how you impact the team.
They didn't do that for LeBron when they robbed my son Melo and
Melo. I know that. I've been the one that I said that years ago. He's the only dude that won the Rookie of the Month 8 months
every month.
And LeBron James got the Rookie of the Year. So we knew that was fixed.
Who's getting fired for bringing up LeBron?
But what I'm saying is
he robbed Melo. Listen, I don't care.
The point I make is that Melo took that team, which was to the playoffs. That was a non-playoff. Denver was horrible.
That team was horrible. Vincent Yarborough and John Barry.
Yeah. And went up against the Lakers in the playoffs and gave them games. So it's, to me, he was the rookie individual stats. Because his individual stats for scoring were not like they were when he got to the Knicks. Well, he might have been 18, 19 points a game. But he did other things. He rebounded, blocked shots, played good defense. And, from that perspective, yeah, man, that's what you wanted to see.
Right.
And the team did well, so he's supposed to get it. Now, when both teams were both playing and they both were doing well, the argument was, because I know I had the argument, was that if both players at that point in time are considered equal, then we have to go with the team record at the end to decide. And that's all any of us, at least that's all I was saying. Now, listen, it's not equal, but if it was equal, right, yeah, but now, even if you do that now, right, Caitlin Clark and the Fever have a better record, right? So you put them both up together, Caitlin has the team she helps the team to a better record, to more success.
Now I got one more point.
Just to finish mine, and that's kind of what I'm saying. Like both of them are outstanding at what they do. They're two different types of players, apples and oranges. Mm-hmm. But Caitlin, Reese is balling out. So is Caitlin. Caitlin has impacted her team positively to get them, into a playoff spot and get them on back on the track of being a good basketball team. So that's why I give her the nod. Not only is she balling out, but she's making her teammates better, and they help improve the team to a better record. Where Reese got kind of dealt a shitty hand with Mayberry leaving, and then just the dysfunction that they have.
We'll see what that is, right? Because I don't know what the beef is.
Hey, well, let me get mine.
I think it's I think it's frustration with just losing. When you're losing, and frustration is going to happen, and you can tell they're going to the youth movement. You can tell they're empowering the rookies. So a lot of vets are like, man, damn it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why Mayberry wanted out, because remember Mayberry, when they made the trade last year, she thought that Copper was gonna still be there. Remember? So, but Copper went to Phoenix, so they kind of blew it up, and then and Wade, Coach Wade left and went to the NBA.
Yeah,
the coach Wade. So what the team was is not what the team is not what Mayberry thought it was going to be. She tried it. Reports that she tried it, but she's like, nah, get me out of here. And to Dan's point, it could be the dysfunctional, but it's the youth movement. It's a youth movement. Even Katie Carter's young, and they're giving her the ball. They want to give her the ball.
She made an outstanding shot on Sunday. That was gutsy.
That was beautiful. Yeah,
that was beautiful. Even though they lost the game, I was like, wow, what a great shot that she made. And shout out to the Aces for calling up that play. And
that's got to be disheartening too.
Yeah,
you tie the game, you're pumped, you're going to OT, and then like
the best player in the world is on the other side waiting with a layup.
That's just that.
But me and Ryan,
a beautiful pick. Somebody said a beautiful.
There you go. The beautiful pick by what's her name?
The pick. Oh, who did the pick? Oh gosh.
Was it Plum that
Kelsey,
did the pick?
It was Kelsey Plum. Yeah. Plum. It was Kelsey Plum.
She set that pick and freed up Wilson, and she was all alone. And then boop, with 0.08 seconds left, game over. They walk it off. It was really, really phenomenal. Really phenomenal. This has been a great talk about the WNBA. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, next week we will talk about NFL. NFL starts next week. We don't have time to give it justice tonight, man, but we ran over a little bit forth. If you would have told me a year ago that we would have been spending like 40 minutes on the WNBA, I would have said you're crazy, man. But shout out to Ryan. Shout out to our new WNBA correspondent, Dan.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Dan's awesome, man.
Dan be keeping that chat lit.
Dan's awesome. Me and Dan go at it, but he's awesome.
Hey, it's entertaining. Yeah. Like my biggest bitch about that league is, and it's just not, I'm not picking on her, but across the board, the amount of missed layups.
Yeah.
Like uncontested, like that.
Yeah, the WNBA got to clean that up. You're right about that. They got to clean that up.
And you know why? And you know why it's a bunch of missed layups? Because they can't dunk. There's a bunch of missed layups in the NBA too, but motherfuckers can dunk. Oops, excuse me. But people can dunk, so it's a high percentage shot. That's what it is, man.
That's the truth. You want the truth?
Shaq did say
it's the truth.
Shaq said lower the rim 1 foot, boy. Lower the rim 1 foot. So half a foot.
You definitely would probably be a more entertaining product, man. I know people don't want. There's some people, are balking against it. They don't want that, but
the ball smaller, right? The ball is a slightly smaller, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
ball
That
is
ball
smaller.
was more than slightly. You ever dribbled the WNBA ball?
I have.
I don't like that ball. They need to.
You ain't ever dribbled the
I have
WNBA,
to.
McMill. Stop lying. You ain't ever
I've
dribbled no
dribbled a
WNBA
girl ball. That ball was terrible.
When?
It wasn't
Not a
recently.
girl
I've
ball, a
dribbled
WNBA ball. The girl ball is different.
same difference.
Yeah,
That's not,
They all
the
went-
girl ball is not the WNBA ball. It's bigger than that.
He was
Well,
in
that's
Dick.
still
He
too
was in
small.
Dick's. He was in Dick's taking testing out that Wilson
Yeah,
Caitlin ball.
the 20 the 20
The
the
Caitlin
27
ball